Hello dear students, today we will be comprehending the chapter The Royal Bengal Tiger. So here we go. First of all, see page number 32, Comprehension. Choose the correct option to answer the following questions. First is, which of these is not the reason for the Bengal tiger to be chosen as the national animal of India? So please try to read the question very carefully as not word has been used in it. So we have to choose the option which is not for which it is chosen. Okay. Now first option is it is graceful. Yes, it is one of the option. It is powerful. Yes, it is also one of the option. It is beautiful. So third one is the wrong option. We have not chosen the Bengal tiger because it is beautiful. So here the correct sentence will be the C part. It is beautiful. In the second question, which country has the maximum number of tigers? So as told in the chapter, India is the country which is having the maximum number of tigers. Question number 3. In which country was Project Tiger launched? When was it launched? So dear students, if you have read the chapter very carefully, you will be knowing that India is the country which launched this project and in the year 1973. So the first one is the correct option. Then the next question is, which tiger is found throughout India except in the northwestern region? So which is the tiger that is found throughout the India? As I told you in the chapter, it is the Royal Bengal tiger. Okay. Now the next question is, how many tiger reserves were established throughout the country under the Project Tiger? So as it was told to you in the chapter that 23 projects were started under the Project Tiger. Now let us move to exercise B. Complete the following table using the information given in the lesson that you have read. We have to tell about the Project Tiger. The questions have been asked to us and we have to answer them. The first question is year of establishment and the country. So which was the year of establishment? Here also you have the question related to this. The year was 1973 and the country was India. Now the second question is aim of the project. So what was the aim of the project? The aim of the project was to preserve the tigers and increase the population of the tigers. Okay. Now the next question is reason for starting it. What was the reason for starting the project? So the reason was that the fear that tigers might be wiped out from the Indian soil. There was a fear as there was a decrease in numbers. So it was a fear that tiger may not vanish from this land. So this project was started. The fourth question is what was the plan? So the answer is the plan was to increase the tigers population. Okay. Now let's see the fifth question. What was the effect of the plan? Whether we could increase the population of tigers or not. Tiger population increased. Yes, after this project, tiger population increased. Now next question is the plan good? Yes, as India has 70% of the world's tigers. So yes, this plan was good as we can preserve up to 70% of tigers and it is the largest population of tigers that we are having. Now the next question is how can we improve it? So we can improve it by helping the government and by complaining about the smugglers and the illegal poaching. Illegal poaching is being done or smuggling is being done, then the local people should report it to the authorities or the police so that they can help it and more of the tigers should not be killed and to improve the population of tigers in India. Now let us do the question answers. The first question is why do people kill tigers? What was the reason of killing the tigers? So the answer is people kill tigers to smuggle their skin and other body parts. So this was the reason why they were killed. Now the next question is why does the Royal Bengal tiger symbolize as the national animal of India? Why we have chosen the Royal Bengal tiger only as the national animal of India? So the answer is the Royal Bengal tiger symbolizes the power, strength, elegance, alertness, intelligence and tolerance of the nation. So due to these many qualities, it has been chosen as the national animal of India. And one more thing that it is found in large number in India only, and that is also the reason that tiger is the national animal of India. Now the next question is why is the population of tigers still not satisfactory? Give 3 reasons. So we have to give 3 reasons why it is so that the population of tigers still not satisfactory for us. So the reason behind it is the population of tiger is still not satisfactory as compared to the efforts put in, because of which reason? Smuggling, illegal poaching and negligence of the authorities. As we studied in the chapter, these three reasons were there due to which the population of tigers is still not satisfactory. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Why has there been a fall in the population of tiger? What is the reason why the population of tiger is still falling? So the reason is there has been a fall in the population of tiger due to illegal poaching and negligence of authorities. If both the things are taken in control, then the population of tigers will definitely increase. Now the next question is, how can we say that the efforts made to protect the tigers are showing results? If we'll see, in 1973, the population of tigers was huge. But in 2014, when the survey was conducted, the population, overall population according to that, had dropped. Because in 1973, the overall population of tigers was near about 7,000 to 7,500. But in the year 2014, the population has decreased to 3,000. So how can we say that this project is showing some result? What is the reason that still we are saying that we have got certain results? So the reason is, we can say the efforts made to protect the tigers are showing result, as India alone has around 70% of the world's tiger population, which is 2,226 out of 3,000 tigers. So if we see the solely total population of tigers, so in that case, yes, the population of tigers in India has not dropped so much. So still we can preserve them, still we can increase their population if we are very alert and we really want to save them. Now let's see the next question. Now on page number 33, you can see the language structure in which we have got the antonyms are the words which are opposite to each other in meaning. For example, junior and senior, kind and cruel. So here we have to give the opposite words of the words that are colored. So in exercise A, what you have to do, rewrite the following sentences after replacing the underlined words with their antonyms, making the necessary changes in the sentences wherever required. If there is any requirement of changes, you can do that also. The story was very interesting. So what is the opposite of interesting? Boring. So we will write the whole sentence like this. The story was very boring. Okay. Now the second sentence is, she got upset after talking to Sunil over phone. So what is the opposite of upset? The opposite of upset is delighted or happy. So she got delighted after talking to Sunil over phone. Now the next sentence is, king was arrogant to his people. So what is the opposite of arrogant? Opposite of arrogant is kind or humble. So we will say the king was humble to his people. Okay. Now next sentence is, the axe of the woodcutter was blunt. So opposite of blunt is sharp. So we will write here, the axe of the woodcutter was sharp. The next sentence is, the bread is not fresh. So opposite of fresh is stale. And we will write here, the bread is not stale. Then the next one is, Maria has a thick notebook. So opposite of thick is thin. We will write here, Maria has a thin notebook. Okay, I hope you got it. A list of words and their antonyms is given below. Find the pairs and write them in the space provided. So what you have to do, you have to find the pair of the antonyms and just write them in the right place. So here are the answers. Freedom opposite is slavery. Leader opposite is follower. Destroy opposite is create. Ascend opposite is descend. Peace opposite is war. Departure opposite is arrival. Rise opposite is fall. And alive opposite is dead. So I want you to remember all these antonyms and learn them. Now let us move to the next exercise, which is grammar glee. Reflexive pronouns. So let's see the reflexive pronouns. What are reflexive pronouns first of all? The word myself, herself, himself, ourself, themselves, yourselves refer to the subject of the sentence. They are called the reflexive pronouns. For example, I made this painting myself. So here it is giving reference to the subject in the first place. So whenever there is a pronoun that is giving a reflex of the first pronoun used, then we can say it is a reflexive pronoun. Like I made this painting myself. I am talking about myself only in this sentence and I am referring to I over here. So it is a reflexive pronoun. In reflexive pronoun we use self or selves. For plural it is selves, for singular it is self. Okay. We made this painting ourselves. So here we are referring to we. So to referring to we put a reflexive pronoun over here ourselves. Okay. So this is referring to we. So here also it is reflecting the first pronoun. Then the next one is, did you make the painting yourself? Here you are reflecting to you. So did you make this painting yourself? So yourself is the reflexive pronoun here because it is talking about you. Fine. Now in the similar way, what we have to do, complete the following sentences using the correct reflexive pronouns. Okay. She decided to go to the accident spot. Now we have to give a reflexive pronoun for she. So the reflexive pronoun for she is herself. So here we will put herself. Now the next sentence is, I don't want help from anyone. I want to do it. For I, what will come? You can also see in the example, myself. I want to do it myself. Now the next sentence is, Zora and her family intend to paint their house. Now for Zora and her family. So here is the plural we are talking about. So we will be writing over here for two, we write themselves. So here F changes into VES. It is the plural of self. So from self we come to selves for plural. So the reflexive pronoun to be used over here is themselves. Okay. Now let us move on to the next page. Why don't we try doing it? Now here we are talking about we. So what is the reflexive pronoun that we can use for we? Ourselves. So why don't we try doing it ourselves? Okay. Now the fifth sentence. Do you think Harry can do it? Dash without anyone's help. So in fifth sentence, do you think Harry can do it dash without anyone's help? So here we are talking about Harry. So can Harry do it himself? He is a boy, so we'll write himself. Do you think that Harry can do it himself without anyone's help? So dear students, here is a point to note down that we don't use the word hisself. Hisself is wrong. Always in reflexive pronoun we have himself, no hisself. Okay. Now the next reflexive pronoun is Sheetal and Megha decided to plan the trip. Now here two people are there. So what reflexive pronoun we will be using? Themselves. Okay. This is the plural reflexive pronoun. So to know about the kinds of pronouns, I want you to watch my videos on pronouns and its kinds. And here I will be discussing them in short. So please pay attention or go through my video first and then solve this exercise. Okay. So the first one is the personal pronouns. Personal pronoun refer to a specific person or thing. Their form changes to indicate a person, number, gender or case. So it refers to a specific person. Okay. Like I, me, you, they, them, he, she, her, it, our and us. Now they are the personal pronouns. Now the second one is the reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns refer back to the subject of the clause or sentence. So the reflexive pronouns used in writing English are myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves and themselves. So only this much are the reflexive pronouns. So it refers to the personal pronoun. Now the next one is the demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns point to and identify a noun or a pronoun. This and these refer to things that are nearby in space or time, while that and those refers to things that are farther away in space or further away in time. For example, this is the dress I will wear. That is the one I wore yesterday. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions. The interrogative pronouns are who, whom, which and what. For example, which is the best restaurant? What did he tell you? Whom should we invite? So these words starting with, which, when, whom, whose are arising questions. So that is why they are called the interrogative pronouns. Now the next one is the relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are used to link one phrase or clause to another phrase or clause. The relative pronouns are who, whom, that, which. The compounds whoever, whomever, and whichever are also commonly used as relative pronouns. For example, whoever added the bill made a mistake. The bill, which included all our meals, was larger than expected. So the words here like whoever, these compound words, and the word like which are used as a relative pronoun, which is showing some link or relation. So it is called a relative pronoun. Now let us move to the next pronoun, which is possessive pronoun. So possessive pronouns are pronouns that show possession. They define a person or a number of people who owns a particular object. So personal pronouns refers to mine, yours, hers, his, its, ours, theirs. Now next one is the indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refers to an indefinable but not specific person or thing. An indefinite pronoun conveys the idea of all, any, none, or someone. Now let us see exercise B. Complete the following sentences with appropriate pronouns. We have to put in the appropriate pronouns over here and complete this exercise. This is the house Jack built. So this is the house that Jack built. Now one more thing I would like you to say. Now one more thing I would like you to do is tell that which type of pronoun is this. So here that is demonstrating a house. So which kind of pronoun is this? This is a demonstrative pronoun. Okay. So while doing this exercise, you will also write over here that which type of pronoun is this. Now the second sentence is the blue bouncing ball is not dash. It is dash. So the blue bouncing ball is not his or yours. Is not your. It is mine. So the blue bouncing ball is not your. It is mine. So which pronoun is used over here? If you remember, I told you it is showing you the possession. So it is a possessive pronoun. Now the next one is Ravi asked Dash mother if she would buy him a remote control car. So we are talking about Ravi. So for Ravi, the pronoun used will be his. Ravi asked his mother, and this is a simple pronoun, that is a personal pronoun. So in third sentence we are having a personal pronoun. Now the next one is whose shoes are these or their. So here will come these. Whose shoes are these. So which type of pronoun is these? It is a demonstrative pronoun as you are showing them. Okay. Now the next sentence is you can make a paper boat yourself or there. So what will come over here? Yourself, and it is a reflexive pronoun. Now the next one is in the confusion I couldn't see dash car it was. Who car or whose car? What will come over here? Whose car. Okay. And which kind of noun and which kind of pronoun is whose? It is interrogative. It is asking you about whose car it was. Okay. There are the people who create trouble. Now, which are the people that create trouble? Who create people? So we are telling the relation over here. So it is a relative pronoun. Now the last sentence is these trousers are not dash, they are dash. So what will come over here? These trousers are not your, they are mine. Okay, again a possessive pronoun used over here. So we have done the exercises of pronouns. I hope you understood it. If in case of any confusion, please go to my video on pronouns and watch pronouns in detail so that no confusion is left. Now let's move on to the next exercise. Listen and tell. In this exercise, you have to listen carefully and state whether the following statements are true or false. You have to listen very carefully and only for once, and then you have to tell the statements are true or false. This is a test of your listening skills. So please listen to it once only and be on. The house sparrow used to be a common bird found everywhere. It is a small bird, not bigger than a tennis ball. The male sparrow is dark brown in color, whereas the female is light brown in color. Sparrows are usually found in groups. A few years ago, this bird was thought to have no living members. However, with the efforts and care by human beings, we are again able to see these tiny birds. It chirps in the gardens with the quick movements. So, this was the paragraph. Now you have to tell which statement is true and which one is false according to the passage. So, this is your homework. This you have to do by yourself as it is a test of your listen. In Be Creative section, imagine you saw some students of your school hitting stray dogs with stones. Write an application to the principal of your school complaining about the issue. Now what you have to do in the Be Creative part, you have to write an application to the principal complaining about the children who are teasing or pelting stones on these stray dogs. Stray dogs are the dogs that you can find in the streets roaming here and there. So they are disturbing these dogs and they are doing inhuman acts with them. So you have to complain to your principal and write an application regarding to it. I'll just give you a sample of it, but you have to write it yourself. Use your own brain and write it according to your intelligence. Here it would be like this. The principal, Army Public School, Biribadi, Samba. Date, you know the format of the date. First month will come, then date and then the year. Subject, request to stop cruelty towards stray dog. Dear ma'am, this is to bring to your kind notice the atrocious behavior of some children towards stray dogs of our school. The dogs are very docile and neither bother anyone nor bite them. But the children who walk back home from school throw stones at them and chase them for fun. Yesterday, I saw a bunch of kids catching hold of a dog and pulling its tail and hurting it badly. When I interfered finally, some of the elder students abused me and told me to mind my own business. I request you to kindly look into the matter and do the needful. I assure my wholehearted cooperation in this matter. Thanking you, yours faithfully, Miss or Mr. whatsoever your name is, and then the class. So this is the format of writing an official letter. You might have also learned the format of letter writing, of official letter writing in your previous class. You will write the letter in the same format and you can use your own sentences and your own story. Okay. Now it's time for talk time. So why is the talk time portion given in your books? Talk time portion is given to improve your speaking skills. So whatsoever is asked to you that you have to do for improving your speaking skills. Okay. Now here it is written, divide into pairs, assign role of 2 different animals to each and work together to prepare an interesting conversation between the two. Enact your conversation in the class. Now what you have to do, you have to take a role of any animal, like say elephant, or one can be the lion, and then you can do the conversation between yourself. You can exchange the dialogues in English and try practicing speaking English. If you have a brother or sister in your home, then you can practice it with them. Otherwise, you can also call your friends for doing this conversation. So this much for today only. Now we will meet with the next poem, A Nation's Strength. Till then, bye-bye and have a nice day.